Operating techniques. Operating a walk-behind aerator, even though it is self-propelled, requires effort, especially when turning the machine. The lift lever must be raised to take the tines from the ground, the machine turned, then the lever lowered to allow the tines to begin penetrating again. Slight, gradual turns do not require the tines to be lifted, but if you make a sharp turn with the tines in the ground, you will tear the turf. This lifting and lowering requires some effort. A heavy aerator, one with a full drum of water and a weight bar, is harder to maneuver than a lighter machine. So there is always this trade-off with weight. A full drum will roll the lawn nicer and will pull a longer plug, while a lighter machine is easier to operate. Your supervisor will decide on the setup of your machine. Aerating is simple. You make pass after pass back and forth. The tines are moved into up or down position by the tine control handle. You pull the control bail against the main handle and the aerator moves forward. This aerator makes an 18-inch wide pass. Ideally, the gaps between passes should be no larger than the gaps between the rows of tines on the aerator, generally just 3 to 4 inches. It is easy or tempting to cut corners when aerating and leave large gaps between passes. This may be unacceptable to your supervisor or the customer, so be mindful of this. Working in corners can be tricky. You are best to make your passes a few feet short of the end of the turf. Then at the end, do a few perimeter passes to get these last few feet that you missed on the 2 row ends from another direction. Aerator cores can be messy, and you may be required to blow off the hard surfaces when you are finished. Property hazards. Running with the tines down over hard surfaces or any surface you don't want to aerate may damage the tines, and it may damage the ground surface. Avoid this. The tines may penetrate anything on or beneath the surface, including sprinkler heads and sprinkler lines. Be mindful, most sprinkler heads are at the edges of the lawns and gardens. Keep an eye out for the heads as you work. Sometimes the heads will be marked for you with flags or paint, but not usually. Report any damage done to your supervisor. Walking the property prior to aerating may help you identify sprinkler and other hazards. Keeping the tines in a lowered position into the ground is a sensible way to park the aerator. This will stop it from rolling on lawns unexpectedly. But lowering the tines on a hard surface like asphalt, cement, or a truck's bed may damage the tines and the surface itself. Lowering the tines on a medium-density surface like a wooden trailer bed is considered okay by some managers. Ask your supervisor what he prefers in your situation. Be careful when turning or maneuvering near cars or other valuable property. The aerator is rather long and awkward to maneuver. The aerator handle can easily scratch a car or building. The aerator, because it has a roller drum, will roll freely while being transported unless securely tied down. The aerator will move with considerable speed and force when operated at full ground speed. You must be careful when reaching the end of a row or when turning that you do not allow the aerator to run into objects like cars or landscape plants. Slow down as you near the end of your pass.